Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janice, and in this video today I will be showing you how to make these really lovely dresses. This one I made here is for an infant. This one that I made is actually for a toddler, and this is a really cute dress that I made. And I added a little detail here on the side. I added a flower. And you can also add different designs. I also made a heart. You can add any color of flowers to your dresses. And now that Christmas is around the corner, you can make a red dress and you can add some white on your dress and add a flower to it just to make it look more classy. So basically, for this project that I will be showing you today, you can make it for an infant, you can make it for a toddler, you can make it for any size up to an adult. It's all up to you. It's the same strategy. So this is a really simple project to make, and I will be showing you how to make it, and I'm pretty sure you'll love it as well. The materials that you will be using in order to make these really cute dresses are as follows. The first thing is you will need a crochet needle, and today I am using the size 4.00 mm. I will use a yarn needle, pair of scissors, yarn. Now with the yarn, you can use any type of yarn. You can use red heart, which I am using today. You can also use baby yarn, and the reason why I have white here is because this is going to be for the border, so I will be showing you how to make it once you finish the dress, and then you add the little detail to the bottom of the dress. And if you decide to make the flowers, I have made a video in the past and I showed everyone on how to make a 5-petal flower. So please make sure you watch that video if you want to add a detail to your dress. You can also make hearts for your dress if you like. I also have a video on that as well. And then for the flowers or for the hearts, I use these little sequins. You can put these onto your flower, to your heart if you like. If you want it to look really sparkly, that's optional, that's up to you. And like I said before, you don't have to have a certain type of yarn. You can use any type of yarn you choose. And you will also need a t-shirt. And I just got a random t-shirt from my daughter when she was younger. And the way you would make the dresses, basically you would start from the waist, from one side to the next, and that would be the width to your dress. So if you're making it for a baby, of course that would be a lot smaller. If you're making it for a toddler, that would be the same thing. So it's always important to have a t-shirt as a sample so you can actually get the precise measurements for that. And this can go up to an adult. Now you can make chains of 35, 45, 51, 63, or 75 chains. It all depends on how big you want your dress to be. Now these dresses are really cute, especially when you go to a special occasion, like a birthday party or a baptismal party, any special occasions. These dresses will look so cute. And as always, I always showed you before, this is one of the little baby dresses that I made. And the stitch that I will be using for the entire dress, including the trim here, is all half double crochet. So it's really simple, it's not complicated, and if you know how to do half double crochet, this is the right project for you because it'll be so simple. And here is another sample that I made. This one's a little bit bigger. for a toddler. And these are without any sleeves. So at the end, if you feel that the armhole is a little too long, it's too open, you can always make stitches here and just close it up a little bit, so that way it'll be better. Now for these dresses, you can wear a shirt underneath, or you don't have to wear a shirt. And so these are really cute. So I'm really excited to show you how to make these. And so let's get started. All right, the first thing that I will be doing is making a slip knot. Then I will insert my needle into the crocheting needle. And then I will be making 35 chains just to give you an idea on how to make these. My dresses that I made earlier to show you, I made 35 chains. And actually that was a perfect size for a toddler and also for a baby. Okay, so I will be making 35 chains. $33, $34, and then $35. So here are the 35 chains that I made. So now once you have the chains made, the next step would be to skip the first chain from the hook, and then I will go into the second chain. And then I will make a half double crochet. So I would yarn over and go into the second chain from the hook, pull through one loop, and then pull through all the loops. Yarn over, go into the next loop, pull one loop, yarn over, and then pull through all the loops. Yarn over, go into the next loop, pull through one loop, yarn over, and then pull through all the loops. And that's how a half double crochet should look. Now for these types of dresses, you can make any stitch that you prefer to use, but I find it a lot easier to do the half double crochet for the entire dress. But that's optional. If you want to do a different stitch, you could. But this stitch that I'm making is basically a simple stitch, especially for beginners that are learning how to crochet. So this is a pretty good technique to start off with the half double crochet. So basically this is a repetition of the same stitch that I will be making from the starting point all the way to the end. Now make sure when you get to the end, you go to the last chain, and then I will chain one, and I'll turn my work, and then I will continue making the other half double crochets. So I will meet you back when I get back to the end here, and then I'll go on to the next row and I'll show you what I mean, okay? Okay, I am getting close to the end, so I will yarn over, go into the last chain, pull through one loop, yarn over, and then pull through all the loops. So that is the first row of half double crochets. Now I am ready to go on to my next row. So now I will chain one, and then I will turn my work to the other side. Now it's very important that when you chain one and turn your work and you do another half double crochet, make sure you go into the first chain from the hook and make a half double crochet. Otherwise, if you don't do that, and then your ends are going to be kind of curvy and they won't be even. So it's very important to have a straight edge. That way when you connect both patterns, they'll be a lot easier to connect them. So just basically you follow this second row by making half double crochets all the way to the end. So yarn over, go into the next chain and pull through all the loops. Yarn over, go into the next chain, pull through one loop, and then go through all the other loops. So yarn over, go into the next chain, pull through one loop, yarn over, and then pull through all the loops. Okay, so basically this is going to be the same repetition all through the whole entire dress, but it's very important to have well, the ones I made 13 rows of half double crochet. So let me show you. So basically the top part is what we're working on right now. This part here. So from the bottom, we're working from the bottom all the way to the top. So you have 13 rows all together. Now if you want the neckline to be lower, then you will make less rows of half double crochets. If you want the neckline to be a little bit higher, and then you add more rows. But I think 13 rows is just perfect for this kind of dress. So then I will make the 13 rows of half double crochets, and then I will meet you back when I complete that. I am back and I have completed my 13 rows of half double crochets. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So I have 13 rows here. Now when I complete here at the end, we will be making the straps. Now for the straps, we will be making a half double crochets as well. So once you get to the end, you will chain one, and then you will turn your work. Okay, so now I will be counting 7 chains from the hook. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So in the 7th chain, I will stop, chain 1, turn my work, and continue doing half double crochets. So let me show you how to make the sleeves. Now I will be making 3 rows of half double crochets. So let me show you how I do this. So I would chain, yarn over, go into the first chain, pull through one loop, and then yarn over and pull through all the chains. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there's 7 there already. So now I will chain 1, and then I will turn my work, and then I will do the same thing. I will go into the first chain and go all the way to the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you go to the final chain here. So you have a straight edge. Okay, so now you have 2 rows of half double crochets. So now you chain 1 and then you turn your work. And you do the same thing again. So yarn over, go into that first chain, pull through one loop, and then pull through all the loops. So this will be my third row of half double crochets. Okay, so there it is. So that's the first straps for part of the dress here. So once you have your 3 rows of half double crochets, then I will cut a little piece of the yarn, and then I will make a knot, and then that would be the first strap. So now we need another strap for the other side. Now with this here, it doesn't matter because I will show you what to do with it after, because we'll be tucking it in to put the other piece of the same pattern that I made here. So now I go on to my next strap here. Then with my yarn needle, I will insert to the last chain. Then I will connect my yarn, make a knot, then slip right through it, chain 1. Then I will turn my work and I will start making my half double crochets, and this is the same thing. Whatever you did on this side, you will do on this side as well. So I will be making 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So once you get to the 7th chain, then I will chain 1 and then I will turn my work. Then I will yarn over, go into that chain again, pull through one loop and pull through all the loops. Yarn over, go into the next chain and do the same thing for every single chain. There's nothing to it. This is so simple. You just follow the same routine with the same stitch. Once you come to the end, you chain 1 and then you do the final row for your strap. Okay, now you're coming here to the end, and there is your other strap. So once you completed that strap, then you just cut a piece of the yarn off, then you make a knot, pull it through, secure it, and then you can just cut a little piece off if it's a little too long. Okay, so now that's the first set. So this is the first part that you have done. Now you need another one just like this, which I already went ahead and I made another square, but I am missing the straps. So let me do the straps for both sides and then I will come back and then I will take it from there to show you how to attach both pieces together. Okay, I have completed my other set. So I have one of these and then I have the other one as well with the straps already completed. So now I'm ready to attach them. So this is really important to line them up. Make sure you have both pieces lined up. These little strings that are sticking out here a little bit, you can always just tuck them in to hide them. If they're a little bit too long, and then you can always just cut them. Okay, and I find it a lot easier I find these little barrettes very useful. Once I find the spot that I want them to be, then I just clip these onto here, one of the hair barrettes, so that will hold it in place there. That way it's a lot easier for me to do the stitches. So let me do this one too, and then I will show you how to do this. So make sure you have it all lined up from the top to the bottom, and when you get to the bottom, we're going to do the same thing just to hold it in place. So now with my yarn needle, I will start connecting all my stitches together. So I will start from the back, and you're using these two together. You're holding them together as you're stitching them up. So just go through the back, forward, and just pull it, and then go from the front to the back, and then you go the same way back and forth until you have all the stitches secured. Make sure you get both of these together, and then just do it all the way until you get to the end. Here we have one of these little strings that are kind of sticking out. You just want to make sure you tuck that in, and then you cover it up. And then go to the end. Okay, so now you have them attached. If you feel comfortable by going to another round of stitches, that's okay, but if you feel like that's really tight and secure, that's all you need to do. But I will go back and forth just to make sure that it stays in place. It's always good to be safe than sorry when you're doing these kinds of projects, that you want it to look perfect. Okay, so now I'm almost to the end, and then I will secure my knot, and then I will be done with the one strap. Okay, so now I'm ready to make the knot. Okay, so there is one, and you can remove the barrette because now it's all in nice and secure, and that is not going to come apart. So now I just make another knot, cut a little piece off of my yarn here, and then I will do the same thing on the other end. Okay, so now I will start connecting it. Start from the back, go forward, go through the back. Let me make the knot a little bit bigger, because it seems like it went right through the yarn here. Okay, so that's better. So now I go into both straps, and I just follow it back and forth. Okay, and then I can go again. Let me remove the barrette, and with your hand you can just put it underneath, and then you can make another row of stitches going across. Okay, and then now I will make the knot. Cut off the piece of the yarn. Okay. And then you can just, for these knots, you know, like when you cut little pieces of yarn off, you can always sew that at the end. That's the least that you can do at the end. Okay, so now I have both of pieces attached. So then now we are going to work on the bottom part here. Now I always use barrettes as well to keep it in place. So once you start doing the stitches, you don't want them to be moving around so much. So I will use the clips again to line it up. Now the part that I will be making now would be the bottom piece, which consists of this piece here from the waist down. So I'll be working this part downward. Now for this, you will fold the top piece like this halfway to find the center where you're going to start making the half double crochets. Okay, so basically you would just go into the center right here. So with my yarn, I will connect my crochet needle with the yarn, and then I will make a knot. And make sure you make 2 knots to hold it in place. So now that you have the other yarn hooked on, then you just pull it through, chain 1, and then you turn the work. So now we are going to work in the rounds. Now on this part here where the ends meet, we want to make sure they stay together. You don't want them to, you don't want to miss it. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, so we're starting to make the half double crochets. So you will be going into every single chain 2 times. The reason why is because that way your dress will start forming those little curves like ruffles or little waves, if you want to call that, and that will look really pretty because you don't want the bottom of the skirt to look too straight either. So basically I always start making 2 half double crochets the first 3 to 4 rows, and once I start seeing like the waves, and then I just go into every single chain 1 time. But if you like your dress to be pretty wavy, and then you add 2 half double crochets into the same chain twice. Okay, so let me show you what I will be doing once I get to the corner here. And you'll be working in the rounds, so you just go around and around making the half double crochets. Okay, so here you gotta make sure you have them together. So we go into here, and then you hold the 2 pieces together, and then you make a half double crochet. I always make 2 on each end just to make it secure. Then once you finish that, you chain 1, and then you turn your work, and then you go to the next row that's in the back, and you'll be making 2 half double crochets in each chain. And once you get the format on the skirt, then you can remove those two pins or barrettes, whatever you want to use, because then it's a lot easier to see where you're working at. But in the beginning it's a little bit harder because you don't know where you're going at first. But then after it gets easier as the skirt gets longer and longer. And the skirt, you can make it as long as you want, as short as you want. It's all up to you. If you want to make it to the knee, that's fine. If you want to make it shorter, that's all up to you. So I would just go around and around. And there's no set limit on how many rows for the skirt, because like I said, everybody likes them different. Some are like them short, some like them long. So I'll be making a couple of rows and then I will meet you back. Okay, so I went around a couple of times, and as you can see, it's starting to form a little of the waves here, and that's exactly how it's supposed to look when you're making your dress. And as far as you go downward, it's going to get more waves, and then it should start looking more like this dress. Like this, you can see like the waves, how it's starting to form, and that's how it's supposed to turn out. So now, since this is just an example of how to make the top piece and then go on to the skirt, I will be showing you next on how to make the border. And I also have a video on that, on how to make a border for baby blankets or for any projects that you make. But I will still show you on how to add that little trim that goes at the bottom of your dress, just to make it look really pretty. So I will show you how to make that, and then I will meet you back. Okay, so let's say you are all done with the skirt of your dress to the length that you want it. So now the next thing is that you will be making the trim for the bottom of your dress. So you cut off the other color of the yarn and then you attach it to the color of the border. Once you have that, and then you will be making half double crochets. So in order to do that, let me show you how to make that. So once you have the other color attached to the first color that you started with, you will yarn over and go into the first chain, and then you will go through all the loops. So like I said before, this project is all half double crochet stitches. So that's 2, 3 half double crochets, 4 half double crochets, and then 5. And the reason why I'm doing 5 is because I'm using a baby yarn. So when you work with a baby yarn, it's a lot thinner, so you can add more stitches. If you're working with a thicker type of yarn, you can make 4 half double crochets for the trim. So once you have the 5 half double crochets, you go into the next chain and you will slip stitch to join, and then you have the first trim here, or like a little shell. Then to go on to the next one, you yarn over and go to the next chain, and you will make a half double crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go into the next chain and you will slip stitch to join. So that's how it's supposed to look. So you have two of these little shells. And you basically do that all around the dress for the trim. And that's basically it. It's really simple to make. Okay, and that's if you want to add the border. If you don't want to add the border, that's optional. You don't have to. You just want to make it plain, that's okay. But I like to add a little detail to it. And then after, when you're done with the trim, if you want, you can add a little detail at the end by adding a flower to your dress. You can put it on top here, or you can put a little heart. You can put it like here in the middle instead of the flower. You can do it either way. And for this one here, for the toddler one, I decided to put it here on the side. So either way, it looks cute. You can add ribbons. You can add like a little belt to go around the little girl's waist and make a bow. You can do that too. So there's different ways on how creative you are. So anyways, I will leave the materials down below of what I use and what kind of stitch. And if you have any questions or concerns that you have, leave them in the comment section below. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me today. It was a pleasure me showing you how to make these really cute dresses. And if you are into a lot of into crocheting, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment down below. Leave me some ideas of crocheting ideas that you would like me to make, especially like during these holidays for Christmas or any upcoming events that you have. So leave them down in the section below. And as always, I hope everyone is doing just fine. Have a wonderful holiday. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I know it's not here yet, but it'll be here very soon. And I will see you next time for more videos on crocheting or anything that you have in your mind that you would like to share. I will be more than happy to do that for you, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.